When we're ready, Coach.
Well, I thought our guys did a outstanding job. First, I want to thank our administration for being able to host a home game. Whenever we're doing something for the first time, we want to do it as best as possible. And the glowing compliment we received was from Coach Calhoun, from another coach, saying how appreciative he was about how the spacing and different protocols were in place in the back in their locker room to have coming on the road. The second thing I want to say is I want to thank, as you guys seen our guys go into the crowd after the game, it's important that we continue to do things the way we're doing and treating it as normal as possible. Our guys went into the crowd in appreciation because that is a presence amongst these young people. So I wanted to make sure that they did their job and giving high fives no different than we would do if we had open doors. Youngstown State played an unbelievable ball game. I thought they came out unbelievably focused. They did everything correct. Coach Calhoun had these guys prepared, ready, and there is no doubt in my mind it felt remnants of a March basketball game. That felt like a March basketball game. I've been a part of a lot of basketball games in the ACC. That was as nip-tuck as a basketball game I've been a part since I've been here and been a head coach. So to Coach Calhoun and his guys, they responded well. They responded great. But I want to give a glowing remark to our team. We showed true character. We showed true character when we were down. During our weakest moments, we were able to look each other in the eye, tell each other the truth, and accept those truths, and now respond and put it into action. Our guys played unbelievable basketball, and I thought guys stepped up in the second half that didn't step up in the first half. For Deontay Johnson to finish the game with 10 rebounds, he was as physical as could be. Torrey Patton, 19 points in the second half. And then obviously Trey Gomillion. Trey Gomillion put our program, he's done a lot for us since day one. But I'll tell you one thing, he put our program on his back today for this victory, and he did a great job. After the game yesterday, he said, Coach, I did not leave it all out there. And then today he said, Coach, I will leave it out there. And I said, okay. And then just after the game, the final buzzer, Trey Gomillion said, Coach, how I do? I said, you left it all out there. And he said, yeah, I left it all out there, Coach. But I'm proud of our guys and the way they responded.
All right, Hugh, we'll start with your question.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, Coach, very nice comeback today. I just wanted to ask you, you guys came back from, it says down 14 with 19 minutes to go.
Yeah.
What did your guys prove to you today of what they could do in these kinds of games?
They proved what we've been working on all along. They proved our eight cardinal principles: friendship, love, accountability, trust, discipline, unselfishness, enthusiasm, and toughness. There's nothing that we don't do without those 8 things. And our guys in every part of this game displayed that somehow, some way. I thought they bounced back. They responded through adversity. And the game is going to be a nip-tuck game, up and down game, but we gave ourselves a chance because of the energy that our bench provided. There was not one guy with a sheepish look in their eye. They were on the edge of their seats waiting to get called, or either standing up cheering for their teammates. And at that point, you're giving yourself a chance to win a game at the very end. As long as you fight fire with fire, I thought we met their intensity. They were very intense. They were very physical, and we knew it was coming. We just didn't know how. I'm proud of our guys on the way we would stand it, and obviously how we responded. You.
All right, Bob, we can roll into some of your questions.
Coach, it seems like every game there's always one guy who's leading the score sheet, another guy's leading the score sheet, but it seems like the most consistent part of your team to this point has been Torrey Patton. How important has it been for him to be kind of that senior leader, that rock that everybody can rally around?
Well, Torrey, if it was up to him, he would tell you he hadn't been in a rhythm. And being in a rhythm for him, he's very, very critical on himself. He's tough on himself. And that's probably one of the reasons why he's missing those free throws down the stretch, because they're all coming on the end of a play that he thinks he should have done better in. We just got to make sure he stays focused. But like I said, our team, man, our team is one that's built on numbers. We're by committee, and the strength is our numbers. How deep, how our presence go from top to bottom. I thought the change in the game happened when we subbed Demetrius Terry in the game, and it was Aljavon Eichelberger's suggestion. He said, "Coach, coach, coach," and he pointed at Demetrius, and I said, "Hey, this is how we run our program. We run it with guys having ownership," and that was their suggestion, and that's who I put in the game, Demetrius Terry, and he turned it around for us.
And Coach, Cleveland State is now 4-0 in the conference for the first time since Norris Cole has been there. Has it kind of sunk into kind of the historical impact on that, or is it just you guys taking it one game at a time at this point?
No, our goal, we only look at our wins or losses. We look at that at the end of the year when we have to figure out our matchups in a conference tournament. That's the only time we look at it. Then we look at it after the season to see where we don't want to be. Last year we finished 7th or 8th. We don't want to be there. And obviously looking at it now, we play the game of basketball not looking at the score. We play the game of basketball without looking at the game clock. The only time we look at the game clock is when the shot clock is off. We focus on the shot clock, one possession at a time, and our guys play as hard as they can. And I thought that's what made us be able to fight a 14-point lead. The 14-point lead was something that I may have looked at, but I wasn't even paying attention to it. I was trying to figure out how much better we can execute, how much better we can be physically and rebounding and getting stops. And the same applies to our players. They did their job, and they responded. And that's what we have to continue to do.
Thanks, Coach.
Anything else for Coach Gates?
Yes. Could you give us any update about Franklin Penn, or do you not have any information about him?
Right now, I have no clue. We're going to get him an MRI. He took a fall, but we'll get him an MRI and figure it out. Max Benton is our trainer. I rely heavily on him for the feedback, and we'll go accordingly. Tonight, I wanted to give Aljavon Eichelberger some minutes, at least to see where he was at, so he can gauge himself. And now, in the next phase of his rehab and getting back out there, he can turn it up another level. I thought those two guys were instrumental in the first half, especially when you can spell the guys for a couple minutes. But I think Frank played 5 minutes. Aljavon played 3.5. I thought they gave us great minutes. And we just got to see what it is that is hampering Franklin Penn and figure out ways to get him back on the court, because he is important to us. And likewise with Al, we're going to, gradually increase his minutes by game. That's just something that we've come up with. I didn't know I was going to play him until this morning, and he was working out late last night. And at that point, he said, "Coach, I want to go." So I got to listen to him. No different than he suggested, "Hey, Coach, let's put Demetrius Terry in." He said, "Coach, I'm ready to go." I got to listen to my players, listen to these guys. They know themselves better than anybody else. So I thank them, and I thank you guys.
Awesome. If nothing else, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Go Vikes.